Hello fans. One Pride. I'm Derek and welcome to the channel. Here you will know everything about Lions. With the NFL trade deadline rapidly approaching, the Detroit Lions find themselves in a critical situation. Losing Aiden Hutchinson to injury until at least the Super Bowl has left a substantial void in their defense, making a trade for an edge rusher nearly essential. General Manager Brad Holmes has been actively pursuing potential replacements, and although no deal has been finalized yet, the team remains motivated to fill the gap in their defensive lineup. Let's check out Detroit's latest moves and big additions to come. That's the question. First of all, I wanted to take a moment to ask for your help. If you like our videos, please consider giving us a like. It's a fantastic way to support us and keep our content going. Thank you for your support. One potential trade target receiving considerable attention is Zadarius Smith of the Cleveland Browns, a player who could potentially elevate Detroit's pass rush. As the deadline nears, all eyes are on Holmes and the Lions front office to see if they can close a deal that would bring the talented edge rusher to Detroit. The Lions' successful season thus far is largely due to a dominant defense and powerful offense, pushing them to become one of the strongest teams in the NFC. However, the loss of Hutchinson, a key figure in their pass rush, could significantly impact their playoff aspirations. Hutchinson was a cornerstone in the Lions' defense, setting the pace for sacks and putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Without him, the Lions risk vulnerability on the defensive front, which could expose them to high-powered offenses. Securing an elite edge rusher could help the Lions sustain their defensive momentum. The addition of a player like Zadarius Smith would not only fortify their defense for the rest of the season, but also create depth in the roster, providing insurance against future injuries. Smith, currently with the Cleveland Browns, is no stranger to making big plays. The 32-year-old has been a consistent pass-rushing force throughout his career, achieving double-digit sacks 3 times and earning Pro Bowl honors each time. Even in a challenging 2023 season, Smith managed to record 5.5 sacks, a respectable figure in the league. This season, he has already posted 5 sacks over the first 9 games, showing that he remains a potent threat on the defensive line. Adding Smith would not only address the immediate need for a pass rusher, but could also be a significant boost to the Lions' defense overall. Smith has a knack for generating pressure, and his presence could open up opportunities for other defensive linemen to excel. His ability to disrupt the pocket and force quarterbacks to make hurried decisions would make Detroit's secondary more effective, as it reduces the time opposing quarterbacks have to find open receivers. According to sources like ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, the Browns are reportedly open to trading Smith for a day 3 draft pick. Given the Lions' current assets, including both a 4th and 5th round pick in next year's draft, acquiring Smith is not only feasible, but also financially viable. With a contract extending through 2025, Smith's relatively affordable 2-year, $23 million deal would provide Detroit with a valuable defensive asset without severely impacting their future salary cap. While a deal between the Lions and Browns has been in the works, NFL insider Adam Schefter recently noted on the Pat McAfee show that compensation remains a sticking point. Both teams are actively negotiating, and Detroit is undoubtedly eager to finalize a trade before the deadline. However, other teams could still enter the fray, potentially complicating the situation. In the event that a deal for Smith does not materialize, Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders has also emerged as a possible option. The Raiders have already made significant changes to their staff and personnel, leading to speculation that they might be willing to part with Crosby for the right price. While the Raiders insist they are not actively shopping players, Detroit has done its due diligence by exploring Crosby as an alternative. Crosby's performance has been a silver lining in an otherwise challenging season for the Raiders, with his leadership on and off the field proving invaluable. As a dominant force on the line, Crosby could provide the Lions with an elite pass rusher capable of both stopping the run and putting pressure on the quarterback. Acquiring Crosby would undoubtedly be a more costly move than Smith, but it could pay dividends in terms of both immediate impact and future team building. This season, Detroit has transformed from a rebuilding team into a legitimate playoff contender, with many analysts now seeing the Lions as a serious threat in the NFC. However, a deep playoff run and potential Super Bowl appearance hinge on their ability to maintain a well-rounded defense. A top-tier edge rusher would give Detroit the upper hand when facing high-caliber offenses, especially in the playoffs where quarterback pressure can often determine the game's outcome. Securing a player like Zadarius Smith or Max Crosby would allow Detroit to bolster their pass rush without sacrificing too many future assets. It's a move that would not only stabilize their defense for the remainder of the season, but also set them up for success in the years to come. The trade deadline is swiftly approaching, and the Lions are at a crossroads. With the absence of Aiden Hutchinson, the team is under pressure to secure an edge rusher who can step in and make an immediate impact. Both Zadarius Smith and Max Crosby present viable options, each bringing unique strengths and experience to the field. The Lions' willingness to pursue such players shows a commitment to winning and a recognition of the urgent need to strengthen their defense. The next hours will be pivotal as Holmes and his team work to strike a deal that could elevate the Lions from a formidable team to an unstoppable force. Only time will tell if Detroit can finalize a trade that will make their defense championship ready. What do you think about the Lions' push for an edge rusher? Should Detroit go all in for Zadarius Smith? Or would you prefer to see them make a move for someone like Max Crosby? Do you think these additions would be enough to secure a deep playoff run? Or is there another area the Lions should focus on? What would you do if you only had a few hours left to make a big move? Leave a comment, and we'll review the best ideas. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Join our community and get exclusive daily content. We prioritize keeping you up to date with all the latest happenings in Detroit. See you soon.